guess I'll start with the most important question, which is how does it feel to win the actors lottery?
Oh yeah, it's not bad. I may or may not have shed a few tears when I found out I was going to do this.
Well, I just mean in general. Like, the last few years you've, like, booked, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to be a working actor. And
no, totally. I mean, I guess I can't tell if, like, sometimes I'm like, I just want to work and it's exciting. And part of me just wonders if it's that working class thing of wondering where your next paycheck is going to come from and just being like, well, I have to keep working. I'm not just one of these fat cats who can sit around, you know, making a movie a year. But people seem really impressed that I'm, like, working consistently. So I guess I should be grateful. I don't know. Knock on wood. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, like, I think a lot of people wish that they can go from project to project. Like, that's the dream.
Yeah.
Is being able to pick your project. And I would like to think that you've made it to that next stage where you're being offered scripts and you're being offered projects and it's about what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but the thing is that it turns out that the thing that I want to do is just keep working. But yeah, I mean, because people keep asking me if, like, I have a strategy and about, like, what the master plan is, and I was like, I should get one of those, because I don't know what the master plan would be. You know, the idea of, because, you know, John Krasinski, Emily's husband, called me and offered me a supporting role in a movie he was directing, and the idea of that being anything other than just really exciting and something that I had to go, ooh, well, is that going to fit in with my strategy, is, like, so foreign to me. I wouldn't even know how to have that conversation with myself, let alone, like, my agent. And, you know, I was just like, well, that's nothing but thrilling to me, so of course I want to go and do that and make the time. So I don't know, one of these days I'm going to get me a master plan. Got to get me one of those grand plans.
In the last few years, you've been able to do a lot of cool stuff. I would imagine that being on, like, Jon Stewart or doing things like that have to be, like, near the top of, like, I can't believe I'm fucking doing this.
Yeah,
like,
big time.
So besides Jon Stewart, who I love, have you done something in the last year or two where you're like, I can't believe I'm allowed to do this and they want me to do this?
I guess,
Or it could be Jon Stewart.
I mean, Jon Stewart is up there, because it's 4 nights a week and it's one guest and, you know, just a smaller ratio that he's going to want you to do it. But I don't know, man. I mean, you know, like, most of the time it's stuff that you wouldn't put on a bucket list. Like, I wouldn't put watching Meryl Streep sing The Last Midnight from Into the Woods in front of my face on a bucket list, but it still happened to me, you know?
Right, no, that's crazy.
Or, you know, having a conversation with Robert Redford on the phone about, like, a character in a movie he was going to direct, you know? Like, that, I wouldn't have put any of that stuff on a bucket list, but it's happening anyway, which is crazy.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like, it's Meryl and it's singing. And
yeah.
The thing that Rob told me, which I found very interesting, is that you guys did a crazy rehearsal process, then then the singing, and then, like, I couldn't believe how much you guys did in such a short shoot.
Yeah.
And for such a limited budget.
Yeah.
Because on the screen, it looks way bigger than the budget.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't know if this is right, but it's like a quarter of Maleficent's budget or something crazy. It's like,
I think it's like 5%, actually. Like, Maleficent was very expensive.
Yes. Yeah, so it's amazing but it was still kind of the biggest budget I'd really worked on. I mean, like, I'm in Twilight for 2 seconds, so that doesn't really count.
You're
like,
in Twilight? Sorry, I was kidding. I'm kidding.
But, like, to really be an active member of a film that costs this much was I think kind of a first for me. I mean, even in Scott Pilgrim, like, that was a similar budget, but I was a smaller role. So to me, it was an adjustment that we had the time for a certain degree of perfectionism. Because I'm used to just, like, being the person who's like, I'll pull cable. What do I need to do? Like, how do we make our day? And to not have to make those compromises was unique and disarming, I guess. And so I can't imagine working on a budget of this.
I think at one point it might happen.
Oh, I mean,
it's part of your strategy.
That would be great. It's part of the plan.
Right, exactly.
But to have the freedom to do Steps of the Palace as as the full musical number for a day and a half was not something I thought we would do. I just thought we would shoot it in pieces and just be like, okay, great, that's the angle I'm going to use on that. Fine, moving on. So to be able to work yourself up into that sort of emotional frenzy, I guess, that mental frenzy every time was great. But I know that it was an incredibly ambitious schedule, and for the time and money that we had, it was a hugely ambitious film. And yeah, it looks gorgeous, and Dion Beebe's like a genius. I just wanted to follow me around and like me all the time. Some lady mag asked me my beauty secrets, and I was like, you should hire Dion Beebe to follow you around. I don't know what to tell you.
Right, that's not wrong. That's a very astute statement. I'm sure it'll definitely help.
I don't think they're going to publish it in that lady mag, but
they maybe not, but there'll be 1% of the audience that actually gets that, and it'll be a lot of actors. You enjoy Twitter. I know that you tweet every once in a while. How much fun and what kind of feedback did you get on Peter Pan Live?
Oh yeah, that was good. I think Peter Pan Live and Sound of Music Live are.
That was part of the strategy, right? Like, I just want to make sure because Well, once I had said, I was really tired actually, and I stopped kind of halfway through. I was like, I can't do anymore, so I gotta go to bed. But I did feel like I tweeted something about me drunk tweeting Peter Pan Live, and then I was like, well, now I've committed myself to it. But the trick there is that, like, it's really more about watching something with fresh eyes and going, wait, this story is so fucked up. Whereas, like, it's not like I was, like, had anything negative to say about the, the performers or the production, because it's like they're doing something insane. And I know that, decades ago we did it, but right now it's sort of uncharted territory, and it's impressive that they're doing it. But it is sort of hard to watch something that you loved as a child and not go, what the hell were we watching? That's actually a lot of fairy tales too. I love that Peter Pan is like definitely for children, and like the Freudian, like the Oedipus complex, and the Electra complex, it's just so dark and like sexual and weird, and then people are worried about Into the Woods being too dark for children, and it's like, dude, like Peter Pan is so messed up. So many like children's stories are so messed up. 100%. It is very interesting that, and these are the things we read to kids before they go to bed.
Like the Disney cartoon of Cinderella terrified me as a kid. When the stepsisters are like ripping her dress apart, like that is intense and deep. And so by comparison, I think Into the Woods is like nothing.
I definitely want to touch on, there's going to be, most people who watch this are going to be like The Voices, and they will not know, but I've seen it, and it is awesome.
It's awesome, right?
Awesome.
I love that movie. It's insane. I've never seen a movie like it, and to be in a movie like I've never seen anything like it is so cool.
Yeah, I'm so happy. It comes out, I believe, in February. And I just want to throw it out there so I can actually mention it in the intro, The Voices, and you're great in it, and it's such a good movie.
Thanks, man.
Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I was excited about working with Marjane because Persepolis was one of my favorite films. I think it was my favorite film of that year. And the fact that she was doing a live action movie in English, and there was a part for me in it, was exceptional. And it's so, like, I love knowing that, like, it's a movie that some people are going to be unprepared for and not like, but the idea that people who have been crying out for originality in films, like, I think it will so satisfy them, and that makes me beyond happy.
It's also really effed up, and I loved every part of it. I really did.
Great.
Just such a good film. Talk a little bit about, you have, according to the always accurate IMDb, a number of upcoming things.
Sure.
What are you excited to talk about? What are you excited to be doing in 2015?
I forget what I've made.
I'm going to say you worked with John, the Hollers.
Oh man, that was so great.
You sort of talked about it, but like he's directing a movie.
He's directing a movie, and like he is some kind of wizard, because he would be like in director mode, like, guys, we've got to shoot, we got to get it done, and then like the second that they call action, he was just so there and ready. And like sometimes I need a take or two to warm up, sometimes I'm there, and sometimes it's just, you just need to get the blood flowing a little bit. And it was insane. He could just turn it off and on, and it was mind-boggling. And Margot Martindale is gonna break people's hearts, I think, in this movie. And it's like funny and weird, and Richard Jenkins and Sholto are such a weird, funny combination together. They're like a weird comedy duo in the movie. They're father and son, and it's it is something to behold.
I'm very much looking forward to that. So you have no idea what you're doing next year? Or are you getting ready to film?
I am undecided.
Are you filming something now?
No. How could I be filming something now?
No,
I would be dead.
Oh, you never know, though. It could be a hot break. Like you took, you filmed and then you went on like the month break for the tour.
No, I'm going off the grid on Sunday.
Oh, look at that.
Just no more emails.
Right, that's it?
Yeah.
Done? My last thing for you. I read in the notes, or maybe on IMDb, that you and Chris got lost on the set. Is that true, or do you want to put the kibosh on that right now?
I mean, we, not lost, like not lost long enough for a search party to be sent out. But when we first walked in, we were like, let's stick together, because we need to like implement a buddy system, because it was so like the Truman Show, where we just kept like going, is this the end of it? Is this the end of it? Because it was so well done,
right,
and so enormous that you really felt like, I'm gonna like get separated from the group, and I'm gonna have to be like calling out like Marco Polo. So it was an impressive set.
That actually would really make me laugh if that actually happened.
Marco!
Right, exactly. Hey, listen, congratulations on this, for real.
Thanks.
And super happy to talk to you next year for some other musical.
I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly.